Hello and welcome to tonight's brief training. In the next few minutes, I'll be sharing with you the answer to, or rather walking you through the answer that a lot of small business owners and entrepreneurs usually struggle with. So these three questions we have on the screen are often one of the biggest troubles or challenges that especially new startup founders wrestle with before they can pitch to investors or even just build some financial information that helps them get a sense of what the future of their business would look like. So in this short walkthrough, I want to share with you about how do you find the answer to what is your potential market size, what is your potential annual market size, and more importantly, what is your firm potential annual revenue. And based on this information, you can actually build your financial projections. So my name is Lunta Di La Paulo, and I am the founder of Yeto Accounting and Tax LLC. We help small businesses, self-employed individuals, and startup founders to run their businesses like Fortune 500 companies. So I'll be walking you through this example by using a demo. So instead of just talking about the process, let's do the process. All right. So let's use a fictitious example. So you are a startup founder and you want to launch a healthy meals company, right? So as the founder of this company, hopefully you did a little bit of your background research to understand the market. So we are based in Chicago, and I'm gonna use the example of the city of the metro area of Chicago as your market, your target market. Okay, so Healthy Meals Incorporated is the sample company, and it's targeting 25 to 35-year-old individuals in Chicago. So based on the market research, X determined that the market size, the people who are really interested in the healthy meals, healthy options, are the people around this age, okay? So that's why we have the 25 to 35 years old here. So that's going to be different for your business, right? If you had to open, for example, a daycare, your target range might be different, right? Maybe you'd be targeting like single parents, right? Or couple who have day jobs. So depending on your market size, you might be focusing on different demographics, different group, or whatever your target market is. So in our case, Healthy Meals want to focus on people in the age between 25 and 35 years old who live in Chicago area. So an easier way to actually determine your market size is to look into the population, right? If you do a Google search and you type population, Chicago population, you should be able to have a total number of people. So the city of Chicago has about 2.7 million people, right? So let's enter that piece of data here. So we have 2.7 million people. And what is the population between the range of 25 and 35 years old? You could also find that data through a Google search, right? If we look into population, city of Chicago, population between 25 and 35 years old. So that should give us at least an expected range, right? So, and you know, for the sake of a good source of that data is actually the U.S. Census. So if we scroll here, we can see that the percent of people under 18 is 20%, people 65 over is 12%, and so forth. So to not spend a lot of time digging into this research, let's just make an assumption. All right, let's say that about 25% of the people in the city are between our target range. So that gives us a total of over 670,000 people. So based on your research again, right, your market study, that's all of your market size and financial projections are based on assumptions that are based and backed by data, by research. So you'll do the market research and look into, okay, how much it's gonna cost to actually provide these healthy meals to this range of people per meal or per month. And based on that, let's say the revenue model is a subscription based model, and based on the studies and market studies, you concluded that it's gonna cost about let's say $50. Okay, $50, probably it's too low. Let's say it's about $200 per month. So the total market revenue per month is about 135 million, and per year it's around 1.6 billion. So that's your total market size of the healthy meals. So if you don't have money to buy, for example, high research, or to hire a consulting firm to do the market study, this is an easier way you can actually determine the total market size of your potential market. So with this $1.6 billion available for all the firms to capture, right, you have to now realistically think, okay, based on the size of my business, the resources, the capability, and everything we do have, how much of this 100%, how much of this pie we can, what's the slice of this pizza we can realistically get, right? So let's say you're a very small business and you think that that's my cat making some awesome, excited about the recording. So hi, Kai. Okay, back to the conversation. So let's say you're really excited about the market, but you don't really have the resources and you can only capture about 0.5%. So that gives, let's actually put that there, right? So let's say you only can capture 0.5%. That gives your company a potential annual revenue of $8.1 million per year. Now, based on that information, then you can start building your financial forecast. So the profit and loss statement, right? So you have the annual revenue and everything else just flows from that number. And let me show you what I mean. So this is exactly what I mean. So our revenue is pulling exactly from the possible revenue, and that's our annual revenue, right? So let's move a little bit here, and our annual revenue is 100%, and the cost of goods sold, right? The meals we're providing to people, it's gonna cost, let's just say it's about 20%. All these numbers in these columns of percentage, all these are assumptions we make. But the important part about this assumption is to recognize that they do not come out of vacuum. They must be made based on the research you conducted, either by looking into what other companies are doing, what typically have been done in the past, and if it's a completely new industry, then the projections takes a different path, right? At that point, I wouldn't really recommend you to do it yourself. I would strongly advise you to work with an expert to understand especially the industries to begin, and as well as the financial projection mechanics as well. So all these numbers we have here, for the sake of this example, are based on assumptions we made, that we extracted information from our research. So everything else is basically a percentage of revenue, right? So when you have your annual revenue, all right, I'm going to simplify this for the sake of this lecture, and I want to project for the next, what's the expected revenue for the next 3 months, so June, July, and August. So I'm gonna have every single line item divided by 12, and I will multiply divided by 12 basically. So that's gonna give me my annual revenue, and everything else is really a function of revenue again. So this gives us exactly what our monthly revenues, right? So if we drag this to the bottom and then we drag it across, we'll have our projected financials. So this is the most simplified version. So of course there is, different scenario we can look at this. Okay, what's the worst case scenario, the normal scenario, or the best case scenario? If we are projecting low sale in the first month of operation, which is normal, and that sale increase gradually. So there are different scenarios we can build into this, but for the sake of simplicity and sharing the information, I want you to capture the core and the basics of financial projections, right? And the core of financial projections and market size are to understand what are the assumptions that are supporting, let's actually add here, what are the assumptions that are supporting your projections? What are you basing those assumptions from? Did you actually do the research or not? Are you speculating, right? Because the more you speculate, the farther off you'll be from the actual meaningful information to help you make decisions about your business. And once you have that information, for example, in our case here, we are projecting a positive net operating income, right? The question becomes okay, what if something happens and the economy takes a downturn? Are we gonna be able to actually achieve these results? So this is just the beginning point, and then all the exciting parts of interesting question will begin. As I end this semi or mini training, my hope is that this helped you get a minimal idea of how you can determine your market size, right? In our case, this is the market size. Let me change color for it. That's the potential market size. And we answer the second question, right? If we go back, what's your potential market size? And the second question was, what's your firm potential market size? And then what's your potential annual revenue? So we answer all of these 3 questions and a little bit more. See, I gave you a little bit of bonus of information. So I hope this can help you. And if you have any question, or you'd like to learn a little bit more about our firm and how we can help you, our website is yetuadvisory.com. So I'm gonna type it here a little bit here, yetuadvisory.com. I'll also include the link below. You can contact us through our phone number or through our email address, or simply by submitting a question or reaching out through some of the forms on our website. So and if you look into our website, most if not all of our information can be found there. And if you have any question, those are the type of companies we help, individuals, and a little bit of the services we provide. So feel free to reach us out, and we look forward to hearing from you, and we are gonna be excited to help you achieve your goals.